Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Say. Welcome everyone to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Very glad to be together. There's an opportunity. And the Krishna Consciousness Movement was founded by our Acharya in 1965, New York City. And he taught that there's a system authorized through chain of disciplic succession for reconnecting to Krishna, especially by chanting of the divine names of the Supreme. Such a beautiful mantra he brought, and it has three words, Hare, Krishna, and Rama. Hare is the vocative form of Hara, the Supreme Mother. We say Hare as we're calling out, please engage me in your service. Krishna means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everything comes from a personal source, or Krishna, which is one of the names of God, which means that he has all attractive features. And Rama, Ramante Yoganonante Satyananda Chiratmani Iti Rama Pradenasu Param Brahma Vadiyate. Those who are engaged in transcendental activities call the Supreme Rama because it's a pleasure beyond anything one can experience in the mundane realm. And when we say the mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, it's an appeal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Engage us in his service. And this is reasonable because it's our eternal nature to be in service. Even in this world, everyone has a service. Even those who have an executive position, supposedly they serve everyone. And when our service is purified and we dedicate our activities to our original source, Krishna, then we're perfectly aligned. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that he can accept our service unlimitedly. Not everybody can. We may serve someone for a while and they may not appreciate it, or there may be a termination of our service. There's no termination in serving Krishna. Evidence of his appreciation for service comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna comes to the world and performs what is known as Leela, or his independent activity for his own enjoyment. And as a baby, Krishna assumes various forms to enjoy his association with his servitors. As a baby, he came in contact with Putana. It's a long story, but she was a demoness sent by Kamsa at the time to try to kill Krishna. She acted as a mother, and Krishna, although she had a contrary purpose, she wanted to kill Krishna, somehow he accepted her service because she had presented herself as a mother to Krishna. And one of his devotees, Uddhava, remembering this, exclaims that who else would you serve besides Krishna? He's so generous that if you come even with a contrary idea, he'll find the good in it and he'll take the best purpose out of it, even if there was only a molecule of that, and elevate you to the highest position. What to speak of those who have a clear idea that they'd like to serve Krishna and they go about that. Krishna consciousness is quite natural also because it involves community. We're social beings, and for the most part, and under the right circumstances, we really enjoy being around people because of our social nature. And that can be used to our advantage because it's quite natural. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that we assume the qualities of those with whom we associate. And if one were to want to advance in a particular discipline, one quite naturally would search out a community, a society, a club, an organization where people were focused on that discipline, and one would take the association of those people. So in a similar way, if one wants to advance spiritually, it's quite natural that one would gravitate towards a place where people were engaged in that practice. And it's natural because when we want to do something, we want to be with others who are doing it. And in describing the process of devotional service, one of the previous great teachers of bhakti says that as soon as one develops a sense of appreciation for devotional service, the next impulse is to find out where people are practicing it so one can be there with them. That happened to me when I was in high school, and I had an impulse to practice spiritual life. And then I got a magazine called Back to Godhead, and it had pictures in it of young people, my age or a little older, who were doing various kinds of services together, running a printing press, or some of them were serving out food, prasadam, others were chanting in public. And I thought I'd like to be with those people, do what they do, find out what they're doing, and so I gravitated. So it's one of the ways in which our teachers say that we're drawn to the association of devotees as soon as we have a sense in our heart that I'd like to be more engaged in service to God. Then we look for people who are already engaged. Therefore, our founder started what he called a society, international society, with a view to giving people everywhere an opportunity to associate with those who are sincerely trying to improve themselves spiritually. And he recognized that it's a universal principle. It's not that it works in one culture but not another. It's not restricted to a particular culture because it has to do with the living force, the soul. And souls are equal everywhere. They may have different external circumstances, but internally we're all the same in that we're all parts of God and we're all conscious beings. And therefore, as he conceived it, the process of bhakti, would work anywhere, in any country. So we find now that this practice of bhakti is going on, especially under the banner of International Society for Krishna Consciousness in countries around the world. I'll name a few of the places I've been and witnessed the same practices of bhakti going on, but with different external trappings. For instance, people might gravitate towards eating vegetarian sushi rather than having dull rice and chapatis. Which country do you think I'm thinking of? Japan. I've been to Japan, started going there in 1979, and I pretty much have been there every year since then. How many years is that? Sometimes I've gone there twice in a year. How many years? So I've been there at least 44 times, I guess, to Japan and spent some time there. And I noticed that people are people, and souls are souls. And if they're in Japan and they hear about Krishna consciousness and they see a place where they can practice it, they gravitate towards it. I've also been to Korea. I went to South Korea, but not North Korea. We gave that job to somebody recently. Rivik, that's his realm now. And he's maturing so fast, we might make him the GBC or something. But in South Korea, I noticed that people also chant Hare Krishna, even though they have a Korean background, Korean bodies, Korean culture, but they can still appreciate the practice of bhakti. I've been to Italy, and the Italians fit quite well with bhakti. You know, they're affable. The culture is affable. It's also pious. People believe in God generally. And the affability and the piety of the people, and of course the aesthetic of Italy. Well, there, in that environment, it suits people well to chant Hare Krishna. And their prasad sometimes is a little different than rice, dal, and chapatis. What do you think you see often there? Pizza, pasta, tomatoes, calzone, stuff like that. But they offer it all to Krishna. I've been to China, and I found that the Chinese were particularly enthusiastic about Krishna consciousness. And despite the fact that there are restrictions, government restrictions about assembly for the purpose of talking about God, it's closely monitored there. So you have to be really careful how you do it. Otherwise you can get in trouble. But do they do it? One way or another, they figure out how to do it even in the most restrictive of times. They find ways to congregate, exchange information, hear and chant about Krishna. I've been to Mexico. You think the Mexicans chant Hare Krishna? Yes. They certainly do. And the cuisine was different. They have tacos, tostada. Hope nobody's hungry. And they chant Hare Krishna and appreciate being spirit souls engaged in Krishna's service, just the way the Italians and the Chinese and the Koreans, Japanese do. I've been to Bulgaria, and the Bulgarians also gravitate towards Krishna consciousness because they're spirit souls in Bulgarian bodies. Any other places I've been? India. Rice, dal, chapatis, or idli dosa. Or if you go to Gujarat, sweets come first. Or so they say. So anywhere you go, not just on this planet, but if you went anywhere in the universe, of course we may not have so much facility to go other places in the universe, but on this planet, every culture, you'll notice that Krishna consciousness transcends the particular culture because it has nothing to do with our external feature as an Italian or Japanese or Chinese or Korean or Indian or American. It has everything to do with our eternal nature as living force, consciousness, part of the supreme consciousness. And we have personality, we have personhood, and we want connection with the Supreme Person, and ultimately we want love. So one can take up the process of Krishna consciousness also in any circumstance. This is one of the other features of the practice of devotional service. There's no external limitation. Interestingly, when there are restrictions to one's movements, in other words, into the practice of Krishna consciousness, sometimes the practice becomes more intense. That devotees who feel restricted by, as I mentioned, there are some countries where the government is nervous about people assembling to practice or who discourage the practice of Krishna consciousness. Devotees figure out a way to do it anyway. I met somebody personally. I went to a prison in Arizona and met a person who's in jail for life with no possibility of parole. And when I was talking to him, he was smiling. And I said, "Why are you so happy?" And he said, "Well, I have Krishna consciousness and I practice it here in the prison. And I have my books and I have my japa and I offer what I eat and I can read things about Krishna." And he said that while I'm in the prison and I smile, people often ask me the same question you just asked me. And he said, that's one of the reasons I smile, so they'll ask me the question. Because he said, when people ask me, "Why are you smiling? You're in jail for life, no possibility of parole." And he said, that's what I'm waiting for them to ask me that question, and then I introduce them to Bhagavad Gita. When I was leaving the prison on a little bus that takes you away from the lockdown area, I was escorted by a chaplain. He was Indian, by the way, but he was a Christian. I mean, no but. He just Indian and Christian. And he was telling me that your man in there is distributing a lot of Bhagavad Gitas. In fact, he said we may need more because he's distributed hundreds of them and we're almost out. Could you arrange for more? So one may be in a situation that others would feel to be oppressive, but the way Bhagavad Gita describes oppression is when we're controlled by our senses. We may be, I saw an advertisement for a penthouse apartment in the tallest building in New York. And I think it was 2 or 3 stories high. And it was only $150 million for the apartment. And one may have $150 million lying around that one could just invest in that. But what if you lived there and then you felt depressed? Or what if you lived in there and you felt tired of looking at the view, which is part of the appeal of the place, and you just thought, same old view? And what if you developed bad habits like looking at a screen for 12 hours a day or taking some kind of substance that alters your consciousness and you couldn't stop doing it, but you still lived in a $150 million penthouse? And the way Krishna would describe it in the Bhagavad Gita is that you're oppressed by your senses, and how could one be happy in that situation? There's no peace. Whereas one might be in the simplest environment, but if one has mastery over one's senses and is introspective, has a clear vision that I'm eternal, this body is superfluous. What's more, that one feels enthused by one's service to the Supreme. One has learned the science of Krishna consciousness that by repeating the name of God, one's engaging direct service to Krishna. In fact, the Shastra, the scripture says things like, Atashi Krishna namadi nabhaved grayam indriye sevan mukhi jivado swayameva svratyada. Using your tongue in service to God, especially by repeating the name of God, is the first order of business in spiritual practice. And one could do that anywhere. And from that, one could be liberated. Sometimes people ask, should I live in a holy place? And they wonder because, I live in a congested area where I have to work. For instance, maybe somebody lives in Greater Kailash Part 2 and wonders, shouldn't I just live in Vrindavan? Well, maybe. But some people live in Vrindavan and they wish they were in Greater Kailash Part 2 because there they would feel at ease to maybe watch some movie, a comedy with hijinks, and they lose themselves in the movie and just think, well, I can do anything I want now. I'm here in Delhi. Or somebody else might live in Delhi in Greater Kailash Part 2 and then be thinking, I wish I could be in Vrindavan. I wish I was there right now and I could visit all the temples of the Goswamis and see Krishna Balaram. Even if it was for 10 minutes, please let me go there. Even if they couldn't go, if they were thinking like that, they would feel satisfied because they're in clear consciousness. So our environment isn't the cause of our happiness or distress. As mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Narayanak parak sarve na kutaschana bhibyati swarga pavarga narakeshu apitul yarta darshina means that a person who has this mood of devotion doesn't mind any environment because they see it as tulya, whether it's advertised as a heavenly place. People do advertise like that. I see advertisements all the time for apartments, and you'd think if you got your apartment there, you'd be in heaven. But a person who's Krishna conscious is equal in any environment because their happiness is coming from within, and they note their own eagerness to stay in contact with Krishna and to continue their service in any circumstances. And some, when they're oppressed and they go on with their practice, feel even more joy because they realize that they're no longer tied to the material world and they can be happy anywhere. That's a good thing to know. That happiness isn't dependent on external circumstances. So, for these high-minded purposes, our founder, an Acharya, started this society to give everyone a chance to live together in different parts of the world and practice the tenets of Krishna consciousness. A few of the practices that are highly recommended. One is to read the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam, which I have here. And then it's also a mainstay of the practice to chant the Mahamantra. Take time to chant and hear the Mahamantra during a private session, because just between you and your mind and Krishna, you take the time and you can observe your own proclivities when you're chanting by yourself. When you sit in a kirtan, like we're going to sing together in just a few minutes, you may be carried away by the audience's collective enthusiasm to chant. But when you have to be by yourself and chant, then you may notice that there are forces coming from your own senses that try to drag you away. That's good information to have, isn't it? You could be aware of your own inner state. And by practicing chanting, you can improve your own internal state by, again and again, calling out the names of Krishna and having an experience that by saying the names, you're hearing and listening, you're hearing something that is not part of this world. It's an experience one can have. And also, one may have the experience that by chanting one feels naturally satisfied, which can come in the form of a sense of detachment from those things that are troublesome or that are clingy. Things cling to us here in this world, and we may slough those off just by chanting. That would be nice to have. People try to take pills for that. Like, these emotions won't let me go, or these habits. Just take this. You take it. As soon as you stop, then it's worse than it was before. But if there was a way in which to come to one's original state of consciousness and not be afflicted, then wouldn't that be the best of all things? And it's just amazing, too, that it's such a simple step to come back to our original consciousness, which is Krishna consciousness. It's original, perfect, pristine, and full of joy and happiness. For instance, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, in the very preliminary realization of our original consciousness, we feel three things that are hard to find in this world, or impossible. First of all is joy. It's hard to be joyful, but with this caveat, for no reason. Most people get joyful for a few minutes when they realize that they want a new toaster. Like, you just want a toaster, and it's fantastic, and then you think, where am I going to put it? What if I get electrocuted by it? There's all kinds of concerns, but being joyful for no reason, that's unique in this world where we're responding to various stimuli and then finding whether it's pleasurable or unpleasurable. But this is something transcendental, Krishna says. And then he says, we give up the sense of regret that we have for any of our losses in this world, and we also don't worry about the future. How could that possibly happen? Well, you'd have to be situated in your original consciousness of realizing that there really is no past and future. I'm always here, always have been here, and I'm situated in the moment. And then thirdly, one gives up envy for other living beings. There was a kid I knew in first grade, and he used to step on bugs. He'd see a bug and then he'd stamp on it, and we'd always say to him, what do you do that for? Why do you kill a bug? And he just didn't like them. And because it had different body. Bugs are people too, you know. Did you know that? Have you ever met a spider? Did you talk to him? Or her? I have. I met one on my desk one day. I came in and he was just standing there looking at me from my keyboard. I said, well, I'm here, you're here. And he said, yeah, right. I said, what do you want to do about this? He said, I'll go that way and you can sit down. And we made an armistice that we just worked together because I didn't want to have him harmed in any way, and he didn't want to be harmed either. And I realized when he turned around and walked the other way that he was aware that he could be in danger from a big, huge giant walking around. And I realized that he was conscious. Somebody, Krishna says, who comes into their original consciousness has this awareness of every living being. There's no road rage. You know what road rage is? What is it? What's road rage? Huh? Go ahead, tell us. Give her the microphone. Quick, though, because we don't have any time. One mic, please. And start praying now that it works when you get it. You don't have to look it up. Just tell us in your own word. You've been around. You know what road rage is. What does it seem like to you?
When you get extremely agitated on the road because of other people's actions, perhaps.
Yeah, there's no road rage when you become equal-minded. As you recognize, well, there's another living being in that car. They're being controlled by material nature, just like everybody else. You don't get scared of spiders or snakes. Of course, I'm not saying you should play around with them, but we don't get scared by them, nor do we envy them and think that they should all be exterminated because they have a different kind of body. And that extends to all living beings, whatever kind of body they have. What a relief that is, because everyone's envious of everybody else, thinking they don't really have a right to exist because only I do. And I should be happy and everybody else should be miserable. Then I'll really be happy. And that evaporates when one experiences self-realization, that let every living being be happy. What a joyful state that is. And that's just the starting point of pure consciousness, is to be aware of everything has its connection with Krishna. And everything ultimately is sacred, even the material world. I was reading in the Bhagavad Sandarbha this morning about how even the material world is Brahman, because it comes from Brahman. And one who sees the material world as a limb of God and never hates anything or any being. What verse am I thinking of? Yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaivad vijanataha tatrako mahakashoka. Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani vanupashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam. Tato navijugupsate. When you see like that, you don't hate any living being. You're not disgusted with anything or anybody because you see everything's working according to the divine order. So this is needed in the world, don't you think? I think people are quibbling a little too much, arguing, fighting, angry at one another. Too much road rage in the world. Too many people that are angry at other people because they don't look like them. What do you think? We're not going to stand for it. We're going to try to raise the consciousness of the whole world. That's the purpose of the International Site for Krishna Consciousness. Raise the consciousness. First, we'll start with me. And then when I have a foothold in self-realization, then maybe I can be effective at helping other people. Otherwise, how would I help anybody if I'm still under the grip of my senses? How would you do good for other people if you still felt envy or you had a vested interest in getting something out of them rather than just pure service to help them? What do you think? Yes, what? What do you think that way? Go ahead, you're smiling. Kitavli? She's been writing a lot lately, so she must be very thoughtful. Right? Writing tons of essays, big stacks of them. Tell us what you're thinking.
I definitely agree with what you said, Maharaj. I think raising our consciousness is the... because I think I do road rage, and I do experience that agitation, especially in, I think, unjust situations, but raising our consciousness and trying to be more mindful with our thinking, I think that's definitely something we should do.
You know, in Italy, there's some cliche, and maybe there's some truth in it, because the Italians tell me this is true, there's a tendency to have hot temper. So Trey Das Prabhu, who's lived in Italy for about 45 years, told me when they go to distribute books and they show people the Bhagavad Gita or the Srimad Bhagavatam, they say, this book helps you to not become angry. And they go, really? Let me look at that. How would it do that? How could a book inform you of a lifestyle or a state of consciousness where you don't become angry? Of course, that's a simplification. Not angry by impulse due to being disturbed by not getting what you want, which is where material anger comes from. There are circumstances described in the Srimad Bhagavatam where one becomes angry for the right purpose, and it's different from being angry because you didn't get what you want materially. Your senses are not satisfied in the way you thought they were going to be satisfied. That's Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Dhyayato vishayam pumsam sangasteshu pajayate sangat sanjayate kamat krodho bilabhyate. That when one looks at the world and thinks, I want to possess and control that, and then it doesn't work out, which it never does, then you become angry because you're disappointed. You become angry. But how could you rise above anger? Well, you could become equipoised. And if somebody cuts you off from the freeway, is it possible that that sense of anger doesn't arise in your heart? It's possible, right? If you're God conscious. That's very practical because most people get disturbed. What about if somebody cuts in line in front of you? What if you're at the DMV and somebody just walked in and they... Now, I'm not advocating for being a doormat for everybody, but I'm just talking about what our reaction is to the world. I'm saying that when one becomes equipoised, and again, it doesn't mean you become automaton and if somebody bullies you, you just say, oh, that's fine. I mean, unless you're Judd Barrett. That's a whole nother story. But it does mean that we're at a certain state of consciousness where we don't react to such things in a way that our mind and heart becomes polluted by anger. So this is very practical, and it's universal. And so practice is to move forward. I'm serious, you got to move forward. 7.2 inches. And if you have any gaps, fill them up. Because it makes a big difference. Today I had a document I had to print, and it said it was 15 pages, and I got it down to around 12 just by getting rid of the gaps. So do the math. We could fit more people in here. So anyway, we're all here together, and I'm giving these ideas because we're a movement that advocates for sharing. Sharing. So when we share Krishna consciousness with others, then there's more for us. This comes up in the life and times and teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And if you haven't read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, call in sick. Whatever you have to do, you should read it. I'm preaching from experience. We just retreated to India. We were there for 7 weeks. We took 3 of those weeks to stay in one place, one room, not going anywhere else, just to hear the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Right? Witness. He organized it. This devotee here with the orange hat. Deva Vrata Prabhu organized it. Give him a hand. And he listened to the whole thing. How did you feel afterwards? Did you feel like you were angry or you...
Definitely something happened, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I felt transformed.
Nothing happens in the material world except you get angry, but something happens when you spend time hearing about Krishna.
I think it was palpable coming in and going out. You could see a difference in your consciousness, and I spoke with many devotees. They felt changed participating in it.
The world looked different. You come out and you go, blink, blink, where am I?
I took too much.
It's too nice. Yeah. There was a song in the 1960s. The refrain was, it's all too beautiful. They kept saying, it's all too beautiful. But, you know, in an intoxicated state, somebody might sing that. But for those who are in Krishna consciousness, that's how they feel. You hear about Krishna, there's an overwhelming sense, it arises within the heart that this is too beautiful. I can't even contain it. And what do you do about that? Well, joy wants to share itself. As soon as you feel joy, you want to go out and give it to somebody else. And if you do that regularly and share with other people, then it increases. And that's the metaphor in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. It talks about how Lord Chaitanya, who's Krishna himself, who came to distribute Krishna consciousness to everybody and invite everybody else to help with the process, gives this example of a warehouse full of the goods. What are they? Prema Bhakti. They're in the warehouse, but it's locked. So what did because a lot of cultures, they'll have some religious system to say, yeah, you don't worry, we'll give it to you ourselves and you don't try so hard. And they keep it locked up. Say, only we can really experience it. Maybe you just depend on us. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, no, everybody can take this, but it's locked up, so what are we going to do? They broke in to the warehouse. They smashed the lock off it. And then they took the contents out. It's all metaphorical. They took the contents out and they gave it to everybody. But they were highly discriminatory who they gave it to, right? Only 5 people read the Chaitanya Charitamrita? You say, no, Vaisesika Das. Wrong. They gave it to everybody. They didn't care who was a fit or unfit candidate. They didn't care who was a good place or bad place. We have our Malini Devi Dasi sitting right here. Now, she's been around because she goes all over the world and distributes Krishna consciousness. And if you start asking her stories, she'll tell you stuff. Like a story she'll tell you is, she was at a street light and she induced somebody to roll down their window, and in 10 seconds she told them the whole contents of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Should have been 12 seconds. She could have covered each canto in 1 second. And the person invited her to throw the whole case, which she was holding, or somebody else was holding for her, into the back seat. And in the other 18 seconds that were left before the light changed, he swiped his card. He gave $250 for the set of Srimad Bhagavatams, and then he sped off. Yeah. Now, if you were to ask the police department ahead of time, would it be okay if I stand in a street corner and ask people to roll their windows down while they're stopped at a red light and get them to take a full set of Srimad Bhagavatams? We could throw it in the back seat and we'll scan their card before they take off again. What do you think they'd say? Say, no. If we see you there, we'll arrest you. But just like Lord Chaitanya, she doesn't care. She'll go anywhere. Because Chaitanya had this idea, everybody should have this, and therefore he called himself a madman. He said, I've become intoxicated by tasting this product. It's made me mad. And part of my madness is I want to give it to everybody, and I don't care who says, don't come here, I'll make sure I give it. Or I don't care who says this is a fit or unfit candidate, I'll make sure they get it. So this is part of the exhilaration of getting a little taste for the product itself, because then you naturally want to give it to as many people as possible. And the more you give it, now here's the spiritual mathematics, the more they plundered, in fact in Bengali it's the same word in English, lute. Have you ever heard of looting? Did you ever watch looting before? You see it on television, right? After the Rodney King verdict. And by the way, I frequently quote Rodney King because big riots broke out in Los Angeles. You guys weren't alive then, right? They broke out and people were fighting and race differences and all these problems were there. And Rodney King went on television. He said, can't we all just get along? I thought, yeah, if we become Krishna conscious, it's possible. But they were looting, and looting meant people just indiscriminately smashed windows and carried out all the goods. Now that's what Lord Chaitanya did, and they gave it to everybody. And the more they stole, the more the contents increased. So this is a great secret. If you get a little taste for Krishna consciousness, and then you give it out, the more people you give it to, the more it increases in your own heart and your life. Contents increases. And the greatest wealth is to have this taste for Krishna consciousness. And a disregard for all inferior things in this world. A natural disregard, that's called renunciation. Natural renunciation, and you get that by getting a little taste, even if the molecule of taste, for chanting Hare Krishna. And reading Bhagavad Gita. If you come to a stage in your life where you go, what's the next thing I want to do? I just want to read Bhagavad Gita. You're on a progressive path back to the spiritual world. And then you can give that to other people. Now Vijay Prabhu, you see the effulgent being in the back? He's especially effulgent. Always effulgent, but right now. And I'll tell you why he's so effulgent. He went to my hometown today, Burlingame, and while I was busy on meetings, he texted me, he said, I'm in your hometown about 5 minutes away from you. He said, please give me a blessing I can distribute all my books. So I just wrote back, may you distribute all your books. And when he met me at the car here, he said, yours is the best town in the whole Bay Area. He said, in a few hours, I distributed 50 books and I collected over $500 in Burlingame. So listen, everybody, you're welcome to Burlingame. You can have it. Please go there. There's only 2 hours only. I think there's only 28,632 people there. So please make sure that all 20,000, 26,000? 28,300. I'm saying I'm making stuff up, so I can't. Make sure they all get a book. And it's the best place in the whole Bay Area. If you want to have a Harinam down there, I think that would be great too. We can figure it out. Where's Shamalungi? Shamalungi can set it up. We'll have a big Harinam in Burlingame. So this is a great opportunity. We're all together. Somehow or other, we've been put in this situation. It's serendipitously arranged by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So let's take advantage of it. We can chant Hare Krishna as much as we like. Nobody can stop us. We can read Bhagavad Gita every day. We don't care what anybody says. We're going to do it. No matter if somebody says you can't read that book. That's happened before. I was in Kansas City and I was distributing books at the airport. And they weren't too friendly with us down there. And there was a little shuttle bus. We had to ride from one terminal to the next to take our books there and go distribute. And when we got on the shuttle bus, we took out a book to read. And the shuttle bus driver pulled the bus over and said, put the book away. I won't drive you while you're reading that. Because he was feeling averse to us reading the book. Literally averse. And so, we wanted to get where we're going, so we put it away for a few minutes, but we just pulled it right back out again. So we should take advantage of the lifespan we have to accept the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Krishna and the Bhagavad Gita. If you have a better idea, you go ahead and suggest it, because there aren't any better ideas, more high-minded ideas than what comes from the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. There's only a few things we have to concentrate on, and there's very little time. So let's take advantage of it, and that's why we're here. That's why we started this. Srila Prabhupada started the society, to give everybody a chance. And together, we can make an impact, at least here in Silicon Valley. Okay? Yes. Shamalungi's already on it. She's calling Burlingame right now to see. So we'll have a big Harinam down there and see what happens. And you can all come to our house afterwards. Oh, you don't believe me, huh? We'll have a big party, a soiree in our backyard. Okay, let's try chanting Hare Krishna since we've got the choir together. This is the Silicon Valley Gaudiya Vaishnava Choir. We're singing for the holidays, which is pretty much every day in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. And we're going to sing the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra together. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinya Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Daikor Premanande, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki, Shri Harinam Mantra Ki, Shri Harinam Prabhu Ki, Gaur Premanande, Nitai Gauda Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gauda Hari Bol. Now, it'd be a good opportunity to meet somebody here in this community, whoever's come here tonight, that you haven't met before. If you would oblige my request, would you please find somebody that you've not met yet, even if you've seen them around, introduce yourself, have the other person introduce him or herself, and then ask why you came here tonight. What was your main objective? What was your goal? Would that be amenable? Is that amenable to your sensitivities tonight? Yes. Okay. We'll come back. How about we come back in 6 minutes? Are you ready? Yes. Okay. Mingle. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's hear how it went. Did somebody tell you why they came here today? Can anybody say? Yes.
Hare Krishna. I met Girish Prabhu here. He has been coming. He received Bhagavatam, and that's how he started coming. And he was telling me that now he's chanting 4 rounds. He's reading Bhagavatam and he's reading Bhagavad Gita. So first,
Hey, Girish. Who else? Tell the story. How did he receive a Bhagavatam set?
Maharaj gave him.
I did? 2023 April? Really? Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. Thank you. You're chanting too?
I have been chanting same 4 rounds and I'm reading Bhagavatam as well. I'm in 3rd canto.
Wow. Fantastic. Thank you. So happy. I'm glad I asked. So, yes.
So we spoke to Shalini. She's coming here for the first time.
Oh.
And how she got to know about this is, I think Aditi Somani Mataji had posted in the WhatsApp community group, in Santa Clara community group, that there is, flyer about our temple and all the details. So she thought she could try this out, and she's been reading Bhagavad Gita online. But I think Krishna is gifting her, physical copy today. And she
Even during class, you got a Gita. Fantastic. Welcome. Thank you. Somebody else?
also,
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
one more is Nidhi. We met Nidhi. She's from San Jose State University. She attends the program with this Mukharan Prabhuji's, and she's coming here also for the first time.
Welcome. Okay. Shri Shri Leela.
So I just met Shri and Rick and their son Yogi, and they're very new here. They've experienced being to the Laguna Beach Temple, but this is their first time in the last 1 year getting close to Krishna in this way. And Shri is actually from West Bengal, so she had never been to Mayapur all her life, but this time when she went to India, she got to go to Mayapur.
Wow. Fantastic. Welcome. Great to have you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Black Friday is coming up. It's a great excuse for commerce of all kinds. And we are also interested in marketing. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is noted as the greatest spiritual capitalist, as he marketed the holy name in different ways. He rebranded when he was a youth. 24 years old, he decided to completely rebrand, took sannyas, and found ways to entice people to take to the chanting Hare Krishna. So we're also interested in giving everyone an opportunity in Silicon Valley to have Bhagavad Gita, and for those who already have it, which are many, to pass it on to other people. So one thing is, this Friday, we are going to distribute collectively 4,000 Bhagavad Gitas. And so we have that whole Friday otherwise known as Black Friday, to distribute 4,000 Bhagavad Gitas. And we'll split it up so everyone has an opportunity to take as many as they wish to distribute. I'll give you a few pointers. If you're talking to Indians about the Bhagavad Gita, and that could happen, right? Don't try to give them the Bhagavad Gita. But remind them that they already know Bhagavad Gita, that their mother read Bhagavad Gita every day, and that their grandmother memorized Bhagavad Gita. And then remind them that the solution to the world's problems doesn't come from material solutions, but it comes from the Bhagavad Gita and the principles Krishna gives in the Bhagavad Gita. And you can tell them that we're on a campaign to make sure that everybody, unlike them, people who don't have the Bhagavad Gita, they already know Bhagavad Gita, their mothers read it, their grandmother memorized it, but we're doing these for other people who don't know the Bhagavad Gita. And therefore, we're asking everyone to help. And if you ask anybody, any of your friends, and tell them that this Friday we're doing a campaign to distribute at least 4,000 Bhagavad Gitas, and preface it by saying you already know this, and your mother already read Bhagavad Gita, and your grandmother already memorized Bhagavad Gita, and this is not for you, but it's for other people who don't know about it, then they'll be happy to help you. And we recommend that everyone take a quota of Bhagavad Gitas for this Friday, and I'll tell you how many. Would you like to know your quota? Something more than 0 and not less than 1. Because if you commit to something, you can take one with you, or you can take a case with you, or take 4 cases, or you can sponsor them and help other people to do them together as a group all over Silicon Valley on Black Friday. If we think of ways that we can introduce the Bhagavad Gita, then we'll reach our goal of 4,000 by 11:59 p.m. on Friday. Okay? Does that sound like a fun activity that we can all do together? Yes. How will we organize this? Here's Malini Devi Dasi. If you could stand up so you could be seen. She's a mastermind behind these types of campaigns to distribute millions of books. In fact, here at ISKCON of Silicon Valley, we distribute over $1.1 million of Bhagavad Gitas and Srimad Bhagavtams every year. And it increases by 10% a year. So this is a small ask to do 4,000 on Friday. And tell us how we're going to do it. Organize us, please.
Hare Krishna. So one of the biggest opportunities that we see every Black Friday is one spot is Market and Powell Street in San Francisco. And that's a place where a lot of tourists come every Black Friday. And they're lining up sometimes to get the Bhagavad Gita, sometimes for the rides also. But that is one spot where we have Harinam organized. There is nice Harinam sung by His Grace Vaisesika Prabhu with beautiful instruments. All you have to do is just show up there. And we have tables in different places in Market and Powell. So if you want to bring your children, if you want to come, that's a very good opportunity. So that's one spot. And we have many different places in Bay Area. For those who cannot go to San Francisco, if you're working on Friday or something like that, we have spot in South Bay, we have spot in Santa Cruz, we have spot in East Bay, and different places where you can just take cases of Bhagavad Gita and give it out. We don't have to worry so much about if they would take and donate some Lakshmi, because that is one day we just become more generous and we try to give out more Bhagavad Gitas. And if they're welcome if they want to give a donation. So some devotees said that they wanted to take some cases because if they are coming by train to San Francisco, on the BART, they want to distribute a few cases. So we have cases lined up at the book table outside. So pick up your books, take your cases on your way, on the BART, on the train, on the bus, whichever you want to take. You can distribute Bhagavad Gitas on your way. It's really blissful. I know that devotees who have distributed on Black Fridays, they were like unstoppable. Normally they may not distribute, but they're really, really happy after distributing. So please see us at the table outside, and then we will give you the cases of Bhagavad Gita. And you can see me, and if you have any questions on details on how to distribute Bhagavad Gitas, we'll give you a quick training also. So please, please participate and also have fun while doing it. Thank you.
Wait. Tell us something about what it feels like to go out. Give us an anecdote. People you've met, experiences you've had to go out to distribute books. Why do you keep going out? What happens when you go out there? What does it feel like? What have you seen, heard, felt? Tell us a story, please.
We see that many people are in distress. Some people are looking for this knowledge. And there is one story. I was just going out shopping, actually not for distributing books. And when I was going shopping, and I had a tilak on after some program, and I was going shopping, and somebody was just going to the store. I just said Hare Krishna, and as soon as I said Hare Krishna, that person just turned around and she said, "Oh, Hare Krishna," and then she just started talking. Who are you? Why did you say Hare Krishna to me? And then I just said that I'm actually volunteering for this local yoga center, and we distribute Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. And she was so interested. She said that nobody greeted me like this before. They just wanted to be noticed. They just want to be recognized. So after a conversation, I gave a Bhagavad Gita, and that lady came to the temple also. So they just wanted to be heard. And when you say Hare Krishna, immediately something sparks in their heart. And sometimes, once also, we went to Yosemite, and we just didn't distribute any books while we were on the trip. So we just thought, okay, we should just go to some rest area and distribute. And I found a person to distribute Bhagavad Gita, but he didn't take it. But the person next to him said, okay, I will take it. And when he took the books, it just slipped out of my mind. After that, we never connected. But again, when we went to another store, and I was passing out the Bhagavad Gita, that person came to the table and said, "Remember, you gave me Bhagavad Gita a few years ago." And they remember. And then we reconnected again. They started coming to the temple also. So this experience of connecting everyone to Krishna is exactly what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked us to do. Whoever you meet, whether you know them, you don't know them, whether they're interested, not interested, just present Bhagavad Gita or any other books that you have that Srila Prabhupada wrote, and just connect them back to Krishna. That's all we are doing. And you feel so happy when the soul is connected back to Krishna. So that's the process.
And now, ask Vijay. Vijay Prabhu's the brahmachari sitting back there. And today he was in Burlingame, as I mentioned earlier. And he expressed some happiness when I saw him. I just said when I got out of the car to come to the temple. Can you tell us one experience you had there, what it was like in Burlingame, why it was so nice there? You got to pray for that microphone.
I met one lady, she said that she had read this book by Paramahansa Yogananda, and that the Bhagavad Gita was mentioned in this book many times, and she had always wanted to read it. So I said, well, here, this is no accident. Now this is your opportunity to read the Bhagavad Gita. So she was very, very happy to receive it. Yeah.
Are you going to come back to Burlingame?
That's my main spot now. But now you let out the secret, so I don't know how it's going to... Do you want me to tell the Australia story, the door-to-door?
I don't know what that is.
I was going door-to-door, and I knocked on the door, and one person is American, answered the door, and I said, "You're American, what are you doing over here?" He said, "I couldn't stand being in a place where Nixon is the president." So he moved to Australia. So I offered the Bhagavad Gita to him. He said, no, I'm not interested. I'm an atheist. And I said, well, you know, this book is about God, so you should know your enemy. And he said, all right, good point. All right, I'll take one.
Thank you, Vijay, for Hare Krishna. And now, for the main part of our program tonight, we're going to have a Hare Krishna dance party. So when you dance, you put your arms in the air and you shuffle your feet and you express yourself to Krishna by singing out loud and dancing. Then all the birds of anxiety will fly away, guaranteed. And we got this temple specifically because of the floor. This is a dance floor, it's wooden. And so we're going to move all the cushions and the carpets. The ladies can stand on this side, gentlemen on that side, unless you have other arrangements you need to make that it's not that strict, but just to give convenience to everybody. And then feel free to dance to your heart's content, because that's what we do here. Okay? Thank you so much, everybody, for coming out on a Sunday night. It's great to see you. Stay in the light. Keep chanting Hare Krishna. Read Bhagavad Gita and give it to as many people as possible. Okay? Thank you very much. We'll see you in 32 seconds on the dance floor. Hare Krishna. Make. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jai Jai. Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Shtotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajagacharya Ashtotra Shata Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki. Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shamakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan Ki. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki. Ganga Mai Jamuna Mai Ki. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Jai Gaura Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Before we go to Narasimha, I have a small request. Everybody please be seated. Everybody take your seats. Please sit down. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yes, so it's a very small request to all the devotees here before we sing Narasimha. So we have one devotee here, Leggy, if I'm pronouncing her name right. Are you in the audience? Leggy or Leggy? So she just lost her friend Gary. And also we have Divya Mataji, whose grandfather, Rai Barapu Satyanarayana, who just recently passed away 2 days ago. Divya Mataji, any chance are you in the audience? Yes, yeah, thank you so much. So, kind request to all the devotees who is going to sing Narasimha now. Just if you can kindly request your prayers to these souls who just passed their body, requesting the Lords that if they so desire, kindly shower their mercy on them and kindly direct their journey to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So yeah, that's all they wanted to request all the devotees here. We can now start Narasimha.
Namaste Nara Shringhaya. Namaste Nara Shringhaya. Hiranyakashipu Raksha Kamalavare Natha Adhuta Shinga Dalita Hiranyakashipu Kanavrinda Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jaya Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Nara Hare Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimhadev, 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 Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Jai Gaur Hari Bol. Shri Nrsimhadev Bhagavan ki, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki, Jai Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna. Everybody, please be seated. Just 2 minutes. We're going to have prasadam prayers before we head out for prasadam. But before that, we're going to have very quick announcements. I'm sure I'll keep it short. First of all, let's thank our dear Brajras Bhavana Prabhu and team for leading such a melodious Nasimati Puja. Everybody, thank you so much. Yes. And of course, before proceeding any further, let's not forget to thank our dear speaker, Vaisesika Prabhu, for taking such a wonderful lecture on Kirtan and making sure that we remember that our happiness is not because of our environment, but because of our consciousness. Yes, let's all give up a hand for our speaker. Yes. Everybody please be seated. Yes, we're just going to have 1 or 2 more minutes. Yeah. Yes, and of course, if anybody did miss the class, do not worry about it. It's all recorded and it's available on YouTube, on Zoom if you're on live. And it's all made possible because of our broadcast team led by His Grace Charunimai Prabhu and Ramanansaka Prabhu. Please give up there. Yes. And just another reminder, those who are in the class, yes, there you go. Thank you so much. So those who are in the class, of course, you would have heard about our Black Friday Harinam Sankirtan. Please come on this Friday to San Francisco or to any other spots. If you do not know, please kindly contact me or Malini Mataji. We're going to give you all the information to have blissful experience on the streets. And yes, are there any newcomers to the temple today? Is there anybody? Okay, I see 2 hands. Anybody here? Okay, I see a few more. Yes, welcome to the temple. Thank you so much for coming. We all welcome you. We are so happy you are here. Let's all chant 1 round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for all our newcomers. Just praying that they have blissful Krishna conscious experience and they keep coming back and find happiness here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To all the newcomers, my name is Nikunjanayak Das. If you have any questions regarding programs, regarding prasadam or any other thing, please contact me. I'll be here in the temple. Yes, and yes, we'll go to the sponsors. Actually, today we have quite a long list of sponsors, so be patient with me. So Divya Mataji is today sponsoring on behalf of her grandfather, who passed away 2 days ago. So she's requesting all the devotees to keep him in your prayers. Divya Mataji, would you like to say anything here? Okay.
So that's the purpose of me praying Lord Krishna through our ISKCON family. Okay. Yeah, I mean, for me, being in Krishna consciousness for about like few years. So I would like to have the experience for my own Tata who expired like couple of days ago. So I would like him to reach Lord Krishna's feet through our family. This is what all I can do. So that's my prayers for him.
Yeah, I hope everybody remember that. When you are eating prasadam, please remember this. Yes, and we have Sandesh Prabhu and Prema Madhuri Mataji and family sponsoring an event of their son Haladar Sodhi's birthday. Mataji and Prabhuji, are you in the audience? Okay, not. Anyway, thank you so much for your sponsorship. We are very happy for doing that. And many, many happy Krishna conscious birthday to Haladar Sodhi's birthday. Haribo. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, Prabhu, please say some kind words.
Yeah, my son Haldar is here. I think he himself will be able to say a few words. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Hi, Haldar. Hi, Krishna. Would you like to say something? You're not. That's all right. Happy Krishna conscious birthday. I have some gift for you here. Here, this is prasadam for you. Okay, and this is a picture of Radha Madhav. Thank you so much. And yes, and it's also the 48th birthday of our dear Sundaranand Prabhu. So Vaishak Mataji is sponsoring on his birthday. Yes, Prabhu, please come here. Everybody give up a big hands for Prabhuji. If anybody here, if you go to Stanford or anywhere, and you might see him often preaching Krishna consciousness, making everybody enlightened, happy in Krishna consciousness. So, happy Krishna conscious birthday, Prabhu. And we have a prasadam for you. Here. Here. Prabhuji, would you like to share anything?
I would like to request all the devotees for their prayers that I can take shelter, surrender and serve Hari, Guru and the Vaishnavas. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hari Hari. And yes, we have another Siddhakat Prabhu and Suvana Gopika Mataji's 21st wedding anniversary. That is today. Yes. So they are sponsoring the feast on their anniversary and they're also cooking it. And another event is their daughter Niharika's birthday, which is coming on 26th. Yeah. So Prabhuji, Mataji, Niharika, are you here? Yes. Would you like to come here and say something? Yeah. First of all, please take prasadam. Yes. Here. Thank you for your sponsorship. Here.
Hare Krishna. I would just like to request everyone's prayers for my family so that we can stay engaged in all of your service. Hare Krishna.
Yes. So, yes. Prabhuji, would you like, please come here. Everybody, today is their 21st anniversary. Siddhakatha Prabhu and Suvarna Gopika Mataji. Prabhuji, would you like? Please come. If anybody has eaten feast and if sometimes it looked very delicious and wonderful and it's coming to you very quickly in an organized way, here is the man behind the process.
It's a team. Thank you, dear devotees. It's a team effort, whatever we do on the fourth Sunday. We would like to really thank all of you for your support and your encouragement, and we'd like to thank Guru Maharaj and Guru Ma for giving us this seva and engaging us in this, in the devotional service. And we just hope and pray that we continue to serve you all, serve our Vaishnavas, serve our deities, serve our Guru Paramparas, and hopefully one day that will help us become Krishna consciousness. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so since we have such wonderful sponsors, let's all just chant one round of Hare Krishna mantra. Just Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And also just moving further, before moving further, I just want to say a couple more things. We also have 25th anniversary for Suryakund Prabhu and Uttara Mataji actually today. Yes. So, and we also have another Prabhu, Jain Danda Prabhu, who's might have got married already today. So we wish him very well in his married life and devotional life. So, as again, just a reminder, we have Black Friday Sankirtan Harinam coming this Friday. Please kindly remember it. And please do attend if you can. And yes, with that, we're going to go to Prasadam prayers. Who's leading it? Okay, Madhuri Saki.
Sharira vidya jo hindriyata hika jive fele vishaya sagare karma de jivayati lobo moisudurate take jita jiva samsare Krishna bora jaya gori bhare jiva saga dilo Shade Govinde Ramo Dhamne Vaishnave Sauti Punyam Matamashan Vishna Sone Vijayate Prasade Sarva Dukhana Adhiraso Pajarate Vasana Cheta Sriyashu Bhuti Bhava Pravishyate Jayaka Bhutta Sadhana Vasalankara Jagata Vishita Devi Vidata Sahamaya Gayana Bhagavad Shri Ram Prasad Ki. Please come take prasadam.